Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Morning Coffee. I got my coffee locked and loaded, ready to go, because we are going to talk about some very interesting stuff. We are going to talk about if there is a trap laid out at the moment for Bitcoin bulls, in crypto in general. We are going to talk about Veve and some little advancements with the Veve app that we have noticed just yesterday. And obviously Ecomi, charts, whatever. So we are going to talk a lot of that stuff right after the intro. Good morning, every one of you. I don't know if you see, but I'm very small in the bottom left corner. And the reason for that is obviously all of you, my rare hodlers, because you're taking up a lot of space on this rare hodler screen right now. A pro legendary, if you see this, I have changed your name as you requested. Other than that, I want to thank each and every one of you for being my rare hodlers and sponsoring this channel, so we never have to accept these shitty deals to chill in between the stream, some coins, NFTs, or whatever. That is all thanks to the people that are around me here. And yeah, so that is great. And if you don't want to support me in a monetary way, like these guys are doing, thankfully, then you can still use this opportunity right now to smash up the like button, because the like button is the one thing that says to YouTube, hey, look, this is pretty good. Can you show this to others? So thank you for smashing the like. If you want to see more of that, then also subscribe with notifications on, because we are going to have a very good stream tonight. So there's double live stream today, double patient hodler live stream today, and especially the one at night is going to be fire. And this is what is going to happen tonight. I will have Ron's cryptotherapy here on the stream, as you guys know from watching yesterday, but I will announce it again. And it's going to have a giveaway of the Gold Dragon Club, something sponsored by the Gold Dragon Club that I will show in the beginning of that stream, giveaway at the end of that stream, not of this stream, of the stream tonight. It's going to be at 6 p.m. EST, and yeah, it's going to be good. 6 p.m. EST in this time zone right now is midnight, so in Central European time. Sorry about that, but I have to take a little bit care of what the guest wants also. And yeah, so we are going to discuss, and obviously the content's most important thing, we are going to discuss Ecomi Veve and the crypto market as a general. He is a trader, I am a hodler, so that is going to be very good. So now let's see, you guys are here. Motili, good morning PH, Trucking Hank and G-Money are here for the rare hodlers, so thank you very much. And let's go into the matter. So first of all, I want to highlight here that actually we are neutral for the first time in a long time with the fear and greed index of Bitcoin. And we're sitting at 41,000, and we have basically cooled off from 72 or 70 something to 52 in the fear of greed index. We have switched to neutral, and yeah, that makes some of the bears reappear again, and yeah, shilling their theories of lower lows and Bitcoin going nuke and whatever. But actually Bitcoin is doing something, and it looks a little bit like a trap if you are not knowing what is happening, because we have this pattern here basically merging since 4th of December, where we are moving in this. Then we have broken out, broken back in, broken out again, but we did not confirm really. We failed to confirm, broke back in, and now we lost this trend line to the downside. And now we are, basically bearishly retesting, which could, if we're not just pumping in another fake out back again, could lead to more downside. Actually, from losing this and from not confirming the break to the upside, if we take a little bit more of a conservative target, actually, can we do this like this? No, we can't. I think I'm in the logarithmic, and then these things are always wrong, because then we only measure how much axis basically it goes. I think I'm not in the logarithmic now. I think that looks more accurate. Okay, so let's see again what the real target would be. There is still a CME gap to close. So we broke down here. So it would be 39,661 would be the target. Yeah. More there and thereabout, I think. Yeah, something. Yeah, 39,723 if we put it right at the line. Okay, so the thickness of the line is always a couple of dollars. Don't nail me on that, but that would be the target if we have this confirmed downside here. That would be another, from where we are, another 6.9% drop. It would hurt a little bit in the altcoins, I guess. And as I said before, actually price action probably seeks to close the CME gap at around, that is around here. Let me put, yeah, that's somewhere around here. So actually that could happen. There's some argument for that to happen. And obviously we are going to shamelessly pat ourselves on the back if we hit this target, and if not, I'm just going to say, yeah, whatever, it doesn't have to happen, right? But you know how it is. At least we have a direction here. At least we are identifying some pattern, and we are not going to be surprised if that happens, right? So that is good. Then. Yeah, if we do that, probably we have a little bit more of a cool off here. We have room in the RSI to do something like that, definitely. And yeah, let's see. Green Lantern is here. GM, my fellow crypto enthusiasts. Snow in Heidelberg. Snow also in Munich. Yesterday it snowed. It did snow like crazy. I think snow everywhere in Germany. Crazy, crazy stuff, right? Who would have expected that in winter we have snow? Yeah. But this is like I think this is like the fourth time in Munich or so. And there is more snow announced for the next days. Season 3 OG says Blur is going crazy. That is good. We like Blur on the stream. I definitely like Blur. So where was I? Here. Okay, so there are still people making an argument that, hey, look, this is like big top sell the news events, and I want to discuss it with you because, and then I'm going to show you something super ridiculous also in a little bit later. But let's see some major Bitcoin news events. CME futures launch marked the top of that bull run. You cannot almost not see it. It's here. And then drop bear market, right? And then Coinbase IPO launch was this top. And then something like, oh yeah, that is almost the bear market, right? Then we have the BITO CME ETF launch. That marks this top. I cannot even remember that this was the big news, to be honest. I thought these... Actually, these both drops were caused by Elon Musk tweeting something bad about Bitcoin, about Bitcoin this and that. Oh yeah, I think it was Bitcoin is not green energy friendly. I think that was the real reason. This is all Elon Musk price action, in my opinion, right? But then, so basically the argument being made here is that whenever we have such a big milestone, we are topping out and correcting hard, which could be the case, right? I mean, you see this here still leads to another top, but we also have the opposite of super negative news leading to the opposite price movement, is the argument made here. But the problem with this is that this person did not put in the other big news into this chart that would kind of invalidate these arguments, right? For example, yes, you have the FTX collapse, and that was really bad, and that is the big red candle here, and then there was the turnaround. But what the person did not put in here is that here we have the Terra Luna collapse, and then boom to the downside. So that was really big bad news, and because it just got attacked and hit, and there was an $80 billion coin wiped out from the market. And then here we have the Voyager and Three Arrows Capital and Celsius, and boom, we go down again, right? So it doesn't, if you mark all of them, it doesn't hold true. There was just at this point some complete exhaustion of that whole thing. And yeah, the FTX collapse in the end marked the last in the cascade of all of these. But basically, all of these news drove the price down until it didn't go down anymore, right? Until it basically was time to turn around. And then we have other collapsing news that drives the price up. Yes, Silicon Valley Bank and the SEC declares some altcoins securities, but and that marked the small bottoms here. But that is a little bit of a cherry-picked chart, in my opinion, right? And we will see how it plays out. I mean, right now it seems to play out quite good for the ETFs beginning to trade. But the argument basically here being made is this is the major top. This is a major top that is in because of that news. Do we have other news? Not really, other than that probably they are going to approve somewhere in summer spot Ethereum ETF, if they are going to approve that. Also, we have 9 days until the first deadline for spot Ethereum ETFs. Yeah, so do we have other major news? Not yet, but the question is, did we have the Coinbase IPO launch rumors already down here? Probably not as well. So yeah, I mean, you can make this argument, but I still would argue that it's cherry-picked. Also, there's no major news that basically marks the top here. You have a black swan, and it drove the price down. So sometimes you have macroeconomic circumstances that are driving prices down. And sometimes you have something that is inherent to this specific market. Yeah. So yeah, the reasons obvious. This is a good argument to look at charts, because reasons are sometimes in the news are sometimes not enough to determine the price action. I will give that to the person that made this, right? Yeah, but let me know what you think. I mean, do you think this is like major top and we go like this here? I mean, it could happen, right? This is pre-halving, and then here the halving comes in. So there could be a pre-halving drawdown for the next 30 days or more, like this, like go back down to 35,000. That still doesn't mark a major top. It just marks a correction on a long, long way. But we will see if it goes down hard, as this person or this account says. I would be okay, because that would mean that I get to put more money into the market when that will make the market then go, or that will give me more chance to accumulate at lower prices, to have bigger multiples in the bull market. Yeah, speaking of the bull market, and this is what it more or less looks like. So there is a correction projected also by Stock Money Lizards. I think they are doing good charts. We have the excuse me guys, we have the all-time high here. So this is a little bit stretched out so we can see what's happening. But what is key here is that since the bottom, we basically form a trend line that held true with two major touch points. And we are right now here where the Q1 ETF volatility is. And we are expecting a little bit more upside, a little bit more downside, maybe down to this 35,000 or what that would be then. and then going up from there. And then we have the sell in May, go away summer correction that is also projected here. We come up and challenge the new all-time high only in Q4. So only from in October, November, December. Challenge the new all-time high, retest up on all-time high, and go rally into the, what would that be here? Something like 150k zone in 2025. So technically, this would be a year from now, this big rally here, right? And if you squeeze this chart together, it will look like a parabolic move, or it will look more like a parabolic move. And then at some point, and this is at some point in 2025, there will be the Bitcoin top in, and then altcoins will rally. So yeah. By the way, I think our let's see where we did place our top. We placed our top already in April 25. That could be about right, but it could be also a little bit too late. So we will see. Actually, yeah. So somewhere between February and April. Yeah, this is our top zone here projected. We don't move anything in these charts. Speaking of not moving anything in our charts, I have something interesting to show to you in the USDT dominance chart. So we looked at this here around the 4th of December also, when this all other pattern emerges. So the same way as we have a small price action here going sideways, we have it here in Bitcoin, right? Only that USDT dominance is how much of the entire market cap of crypto is in USDT stablecoin. So this can go down if there would technically be a bigger stablecoin and people are using that more. But usually it goes down because people are allocating money to the crypto market, and then they are taking profits out of the crypto market. So we have the lines already here from this, where the break happens, basically. Let me refresh so I can draw. And the interesting thing is that this plays out really good as a tool to see what's going to happen. And on the weekly, I think it gives us a good idea where we are right now. So stick with me here, it will make sense. So we had this mega pattern of USDT since June 22, right? So we were moving here, we broke out, and that was when we went ballistic on Bitcoin the first time. This is over a span of almost a year, right? That is our uphill run, so to say. Now we have met crucial support for USDT, but we want to have USDT to collapse so that more money is flowing into Bitcoin, right? But we hit this support and we bounced, and that is where we have we tried to break it several times. Look at this. I did not change this purple line. Go back to 4th, 5th, 6th of December and you will see that I did not change this line. In fact, we always tried to break it. See these wicks here? We tried to break it so many times, and every time Bitcoin pumped and fell back, right? And the last attempt was then last week here to the 49,000. So we can already project that the moment that we break this, we will go beyond the 50,000 for Bitcoin, and altcoins will start rallying again. So I think this is really marking the cool off, and the question is, how long will we bounce in this trading zone before we lose this level and allocate more money to the market? Or will we have a little bit of an uptrend here where people will take more and more money out of the market until they turn around and blast it all in, right? And rest assured, nothing of this went to Omi. I just said that because Jordan just joined the stream. Yo, what's going on, Jordan? I hope you had a great around the Ecomi Verse yesterday, a great talk yesterday. I have not seen it yet, unfortunately, but I will watch it once. Did you have fiery discussions again? I will watch it when I can. Make sure to check out Jordan Reese's channel if you don't know about him yet, or his Ecomi talk if you're interested in Ecomi and Veve. But other than that, yeah, we're here for the charts and the news. Yeah, so that's basically the projection for the coming year. So we will have uphill for the next year. I think we cannot be too short-sighted there. Jordan says, come on next week if you're free and awake. You know that I don't have a problem with the late times. I think that should be that should be fine. I mean, that's the last stream before Crypto XR, so why not? Let's do it. I will be going, and yeah. Here's the thing that, I mean, it's not much. 125 million is not much for Ethereum, but Celsius Network moves 125 million in Ethereum ahead of debts payment. So they are more likely than not going to liquidate that. I think they have a liquidation plan where they are allowed to take chunks of crypto and liquidate that from time to time. So Celsius Network plans to repay 2 billion in crypto debts after court approval. Market reacts to asset moves. So yeah, Arkham Intelligence reports this. Celsius moves these funds with 95 million in Ether going to Coinbase and 30 million in Ether going to FalconX. Currently, Celsius has about 439,000 Ethereum, 500,000 of Ethereum, worth 1.38 billion, and 9,799 Bitcoin, worth 417 million. So the Bitcoin really isn't too impactful, but right now in a little bit of a sell-off phase, if they are going to sell off some Bitcoin and get it over with, I wouldn't mind, right? But yeah. TomTom says there, oh, hey, TomTom, you're back for the fiery discussions as well. That is great. Good to have you here. There is nothing to push the price up. The pre-halving pushes prices lower. I agree. There is nothing, I think there will be directly before the halving, like when the halving is really close and all that halving narrative comes in, I think then, yes, then there is something that could push the prices higher. Other than that, you will see on-chain that the price, that the supply of Bitcoin on exchanges and everywhere is dropping like a rock once the selling loses a little bit of steam. But other than that, I agree with you. As I said a couple of minutes ago, and probably you weren't here yet, I expect the price to go lower. I also in the short term, right? But I think over the year, everything will take effect and push the price up. The halving in itself will cause this, that everyone turns bias bullish. And there will be new narratives why Bitcoin is going to go crazy. I believe. Last pre-halving, the price went to 3,800, then up to 8,000 at the halving. Yeah. Last pre-halving was, I think, with the C crisis. Also, we cannot forget that we had a black swan in the pre-halving zone. If I remember it correctly, that must have been pre-halving. It was February, I think, more or less. If we go and look at it, what you just said, I agree with you that usually pre-halving there are corrections. So I'm not saying that's not happening. I think that was here, right? So the price went from 10,000 all the way down to 3,800. Yeah, 3,800. So this is marked here. The only thing is that we had a global scare, or a scare of global scale, and did a 60% downer. But I think what we really are looking at is this here, right? So from here to here, which was before everyone knew that something is coming, 50%. I think it's not unrealistic to expect that we are going from our top. We have already corrected 13%, that we are going here, which is 36% drop. I think that's not unrealistic to have that pre-halving. And then what is going to cause a lot of FUD is that probably going through the halving, nothing's happening. Because if we don't have like this something where the V-shaped recovery is happening, let's say the C crisis did not happen. Let's say it did not happen, and then you would just have looked like this, right? And then suddenly have a spark up. So this is the black swan, right? So you would still be down. You would still be down 40%, yeah, if it had looked like this. Yeah. And then, so we had already all this downturn. So let's say without the C crisis, it would have looked like this. But the halving was, I think it was here, right? Somewhere here. I think it was here. And then what happens is, after the halving, some 80 days, nothing happened. And it's like, that's where people are coming and are like, yo, the halving doesn't do anything. Okay, so I think some things take a little bit more time to have to take effect, but I think we should be mentally prepared for that. Tomto says, okay, just in this month we had 2 mini crashes already. Yeah, we did in this month, and along the way we also had some crashes, some corrections. I would call it correction unless it gets beyond 30% or so, or even beyond 40%. So this one here was 20%, and this was not this month, but these were, and this one was also 20%, and then we had this one here that was 22%. So we had 20, 22, 20, 20. And now we are at 13%, so yes, there could be more downside, crashy feeling coming. Absolutely. I mean, why not? This could look like this, right? Up to this trend line, maybe 32,000. Not out of the cards. 100% not. Don't forget the real pressure from spot Bitcoin ETFs hasn't really started yet. Gold did a 8-year bull run after spot ETF and went from 1 trillion to 10 trillion. TomTom says, at the end of the day, no one knows the price for Bitcoin this week. It can be 50k, it can be 30k, but I think most agree that we are gonna see big move this week. Yeah. I think you're right, TomTom, and I think the very short term, it's super difficult to determine where the price goes. Based on, so the only chance that we have is based on this TA, yeah, my amateur TA. We are going to have better TA today in the evening with Ron's Crypto Therapy TP, but based on my amateur TA, the price target could be somewhere here at the CME gap there and thereabout for a bearish retest on this. And this can take a couple of days to play out. So this would be a major move because it would bring, as I said before, 6%, it's almost 7% downside to an already 13% downside, which is, yeah. Russ Gould says Metacade all the way, bro. Yeah, and if we have a correction and there are lower prices out of these coins, I'm going to scoop some up. Jordan Riss says love Metacade, big bag holder now. In my top 10. Oh damn, I have to do some catching up there. Thompson says the crashes happen out of nowhere, and at the time 38,000. Let's go there already and work from there. Makes the most sense to move forward. I think so too. Pixel Trader says, appreciate the live streams, good discussions. Yeah, absolutely. And I appreciate each and every one of you bringing these ideas to the discussions, especially like TomTom, not going silent after discussing with me. Instead, bringing more value and more insight to the stream. The stream would only be half, if not less, without the insights of you guys. So I really think that you are bringing so much value to the stream just by being here in the chat. So appreciate that, Pixel Trader. Blaze says people need to extend their time horizon and stop worrying. BTC will always prevail. Yeah, I think that is very true, that when in doubt, zoom out. I mean, we can... So what sometimes helps is if you just do something radical and go out of the 4-hour mindset and just put it on a yearly chart. And then you get rid of the lines, because otherwise you can't see anything. And then you're like, okay. Yeah, Bitcoin yearly chart, 1 red candle, 3 greens, 1 red candle, 3 greens, question mark. But yes, here also, so if you put this in the logarithmic, it becomes a little bit clearer. Here's your when in doubt, zoom out chart. I mean, because of the, and I'll show you something ridiculous in a second if I still I have it here. Yes, I think so. There's increased scarcity from an output perspective, and that means that this drives the price action up as well. Oh yeah, Russ Gould says smash the like button. Absolutely, smash the like button, guys. We have 23 people here. Really appreciate that. In a couple of minutes, we are going to talk about Ecomi and Veve as well. TomTom says Solana has moved from $20 to $120. We need to see a real price correction on Solana already. 100% agree with you. I think Solana is way overbought. That was way too fast, and I think there will be a nasty correction at a lot of these movers, right? But that will be a good chance to scoop something up. So yeah, the Bitcoin yearly chart gives you a lot of answers. I think we will see a big green candle here in the next during this year. Would be disappointing if not, but you see the second green candle is oftentimes a big one. So let's see if this repeats this year. Yeah, what I wanted to show you is this. So some people, I had to show this to you because it's just so stupid, okay? So here's the argument for Bitcoin. On a comment from Samantha LaDuke, I don't know who that is, but I don't know if I have to know her, but someone says this here, Bitcoin is not even, it's not even remotely scarce, so it's about Bitcoin, right? Here they are saying like, summarizing key disagreements with TradeFi and Bitcoin. So this Lisa here says, and it's not even remotely scarce. There could be only 1 Bitcoin and it still wouldn't be scarce. It's sold in units of sats and there were over 2 quadrillion of those. Wow, okay, so nice, understandable. Not, but I hope that was a joke. And then Samantha here says, interesting serious question then, if 1 Bitcoin is sold in units of sats and there are over 2 quadrillion of those, how can they claim scarcity, lack of dilution, hedge against inflation, debasement? This would seem to be common knowledge and, well, math. Okay, let me bring some examples for this here, because some people really don't get the notion of scarcity here, because also there is the argument made that scarcity, there is no premium in scarcity just because it's limited. Okay, what? Really? So that also means that there is no devaluation in inflation, in printing more of fiat, for example, right? If that holds true, if there's no premium in scarcity of an asset, there is also no premium in printing like a negative premium in printing unlimited amounts. That's the first thing. The second thing is the argument of that you can divide one Bitcoin into sats makes it not scarce, so it's not even remotely scarce. If that's the argument, then a gold bar, like a kilo of gold, can be sold in 1 gram pieces. You can buy 1 gram pieces in the internet. So that makes gold suddenly not scarce anymore. So that's the reasoning of those people, right? Or let's do an even better one. So I'm saying lifetime, your lifetime is valuable. It's limited. It's usually limited to in Germany, for example, to an average of 80 years. So you have an average of 80 years, and I, for myself, I have burned through 34 years already, and I'm sitting here talking to people that I don't know in personal life in a chat about a digital coin. Nice, right? But the argument here is time is very valuable and it's very limited. And then this guy comes in to put the same argument and says, yeah, but time can be divided into hours, and hours can be divided into minutes, and minutes into seconds. There are quadrillions of seconds in a lifetime, so it's not scarce. Okay? So you see where I'm getting at. That's an absolute stupid, ridiculous argument, and it's not really worth paying attention to. Because the question in the end is, what happens if you only have 1 day left of all these 80 years, right? What's left if you can only get, with like selling your house, you can only get 1 gram of gold? What happens if one sat in fiat, measured in fiat, is suddenly $1,000 or something like that, right? So that is not an argument. And yes, there is a premium on scarcity. Otherwise, what if there was 1 million Mona Lisas? Do you really think that this would be the same price as if there's only one Mona Lisa? If you would ever put Mona Lisa up to auction, probably will rake in more than $1 billion. Yeah, I think there was a painting from. Da Vinci, Salvator Mundi, it's called. That has been sold for $500 million to a Saudi prince. Anyways, let's talk about the NFT space and about Veve first. So what happened is that actually GameStop's NFT marketplace is closing. So we see we are really at the bottom. So let's see first a comment before we go into this. But TomTom says, I like talking about Veve and Ecomi. I download the app. The prices on Veve are horrible. Yeah, they are absolutely horrible. But it's also the absolute bear market bottom. And if you look at some of the collectibles, they are fine, right? Some of the collectibles are fine. Like Miles Morales Spider-Man, like $15,000. TomTom says also, if Bitcoin was only worth 10 cents right now, no one would talk about it. Bitcoin is only discussed because of its large market cap. Yeah, absolutely. As all things, right? As the big tech companies like Tesla and so on. TomTom says, what's a good buy on Veve? Superman price, Todd price, Darth Vader prices? I for myself, okay, let's answer that first. Going to Stacker. For myself, I like secret rare comics, yeah, because they are really scarce compared to other collectibles. So, for example, if you look here at the Todd McFarlane that you mentioned, that's $600. There are 7,500 in circulation of that beast, yeah. It's one of the earliest Batmans, or here Spider. So this is I think, in my opinion, It's more or less at the same price if you see that there's only a tenth or so of that, even a little bit higher price. It's the Spider-Man Secret Rare. It's the first Spider-Man, first Marvel collectible. But I like to look at stuff like this, for example, Journey into Mystery. So here, Journey into Mystery 83. Yeah. This comic, sorry, that's not the Secret Rare. Journey, here, where's the Secret Rare? Journey into Mystery 83 Secret Rare. Here we go. So this comic has a very small holder dilution only. It is almost at the same price as Todd McFarlane Batman. It has only 250 editions, of which some are held back by Vivi. But the top holder only has 4 of them, and it's sitting at $800. So the market cap is way smaller, and this has real life comparison. So if we go and put in like Journey into Mystery 83 value, and we go to Go Collect, and we look at the original comic, so I cannot see the highest grades, but the original comic at the 9.2 sold for $210,000. Sorry. So based on, there are only 8 of those registered and only 5 sales, right? So we have to put this into perspective. But if we add the 1 here, the 11 here, the 8 here, the 17 here, 17 here, 39, and we say, okay, this is the average of this is what, like 80,000 with the scarcity, then that's still a pretty nice upside, right? If that would ever happen. If they would ever bring interoperability and you can sell that thing in ETH, I think that would be pretty crazy, right? Yeah, so let's see this discussion here. I used to collect tons of comics. I'd rather put my money into DC and buy Batman and Superman Legendary. Yours a doink, a sore ass. Nice name. Okay, price is more important than community, and community is more important than tech. Tech is the last thing anyone cares about. Yeah, that's true. I meant the tech companies like Apple, where everyone talks about them, huge market cap, and everyone talks about the company because of the product, right? TomTom says, if Vivi unlocked the comics, I would buy them. Until then, I don't know. I don't like closed systems. Don't trust Vivi not to go bankrupt. Yeah, that is a big concern, right? Vivi could go bankrupt technically. I mean, they're still selling drops for like, they launch one drop and make like $50,000-$60,000 off of the drop. If they give half to the licensor, they still have $25,000 in a day. Then they have the comics in the secondary market, like the comic drops 2 times per weekend, secondary market. Yeah, TomTom says, my mates are here, let's talk later. Yeah, we're going to do the stream in the evening, so I would like to see you here. TUSD stablecoin has depegged. Oh, really? Right now? Let's see that. Let's look at that. Live coin watch. TUSD. True USD. It's back, but it seems, it's slightly depegged to the downside, but the all-time high is at 153. That is bad. When was that? That was 2018 that it depegged, and now it depegged to the downside. Is that what you're saying, Yorza? Is that the coin that we're looking at? So you heard, yeah, it seems to be right. It seems to have happened in the last 24 last 7 days. Last, I don't know, no, that's against ETH. Against dollar, here, 1%. I don't know, is that a DPEG? I don't know. Is that a real DPEG? I don't know. No idea. Anyways, let's get back. So what happened in the space is that GameStop, which is also in the IMX ecosystem, has closed down their marketplace. Almost 2 years to the day after it was announced, GameStop is closing its NFT marketplace on February the 2nd, 2024, almost 2 years to the day after it was announced on February 3rd. So, yeah. Then that is one thing, and then we have this here. So this is new. If you log into Veve, you see this, right? What I'm seeing here, Veve official, Veve single sign-on. That means possible third-party app integration. So Veve has changed the login scheme. So right now you are getting basically an SSO screen on the outside of the app. And it still works with 2FA and everything. But if you log in, it's different now, and we will see what it means. I mean, what could that mean? It could mean that an application from the outside needs to give access to Veve, right? That's basically what it means. Yeah, there is some speculation. Let's imagine connecting my NFT tracker or VMate or something else using your Veve account and get associated data with additional steps. It's as easy as logging to web apps using your Google, Apple, Twitter account. So we have Stacker for the analysis part, right? Even if it sounds like Web 2 way, it's great step forward, which would significantly help developers from the Veve fam to create, innovate, and spread the Veve brand around the tech community. I don't know if it has to have necessary to do with anyone building into Veve, or if it's also maybe something that allows you to easier log into Veveverse or something like that. I don't know. So that you have in the launcher single sign-on to, I don't know, to the app marketplace and to the Veveverse. That could be also the case, right? Epico marketplace will bring utility and will integrate with Veve, is my understanding. So someone suspects that this is to facilitate for Epico. Yeah, that would be great, right? At least Epico token gets some attention to that then. Yeah, and then this is not something to discuss right now. And once again, we have the same discussion, and the Ecomi account gets active in it. What is needed? List. Jeremy Padua says, list on major exchanges, integrate the token meaningfully. Do not underestimate how important OMI is to the Veve ecosystem, in my opinion. If Veve is the heart, OMI is the soul. Those are the three things in my opinion. And he's absolutely right, because I found Veve through OMI. I found, a lot of people found Veve because of OMI. So if you neglect OMI, you will not have user inflow into Veve in the next bull run. So Ecomi says here, or Ecomi channel, so basically Forster, says here heart and soul indeed. Reassuring Jeremy and the fam that OMI is still the heart and soul. That I hope that is true, because it sure doesn't look like it. And then yeah, time to give specific dates. And then they say, or Foster says, actions are bigger than words. Community has spoken, the team hears you. Announcements to come as utilities and features become available. Stay tuned. We are tuned since years, right? Now we're listening, and actions speak louder than words. That is true, but if you have screaming silence out of the actions, that's obviously not a good thing at all, right? And that brings me to the OMI chart, because we have a little bit of some price action. Let me just quickly reload. Probably we are in the yearly chart for OMI now. There you go. Oh yeah, that's a good chart, right? So here's the yearly chart. That looks good. I mean, at least we're not dropping as hard anymore on the yearly basis. 3 red years, time for a green one, I'd say. But let's go into the daily so we actually see something here. Because on the daily, we are actually green. And that is a long time ago that we were really green. And what we can see here is, just as speculated, we did somewhat fake out to down, but we really closed down, right? And then but we broke back up just again. What I don't like at this is that we basically we broke this upwards trend that we had for such a long time, even if it was a slower one. But we broke back above. It sometimes happens, especially if whales are dominating the market. So we leave this trend line in, although we technically have a lower low here, which is not something that we like to see. And there's even more that I don't like to see, because I drew in this white line as somewhat of a support line here since there. And if you want to be very serious on TA or on something what you can see a shoulder, a head, and another shoulder here. And that could mean a lot of downside. But you cannot forget one thing. TA is very, like, looking at the chart, I mean, it's fun. It's fun to see what's happening, and then you can, once it's happening, you can say, oh yeah, I was right, and so on. But what really matters is that this coin is so hard dominated by whales and whale traders that if someone wants, they can just dump 500 million OMI into the order book and send the price to hell, right? Or they can just go on this $700,000 trading volume and just dump a buy order of to pump the price. Buying for $10,000 or $20,000 in the order book is already enough to bring the price up. Imagine someone brings in like $100,000 or $200,000, it would just go like this, right? And there's no TA that really says that this is going to happen, right? If someone just decides this right now in an instance and we look like this in the end, what's the pattern here, right? So never forget that. The more people we get into OMI in the long haul, the better it gets, right? Green Lantern says, watch Sergio post some more crap. Oh yeah, right. I saw that. Orange Glory says it's not. No, you are right. They have to start being transparent, I feel. We all stepped in OMI because it was going to be completely integrated. Now we are waiting for some sort of use case. They should just tell what it is so everyone can move on. Yeah. So we were hoping that there is some big expiration date where they can suddenly talk about OMI, bring stuff for OMI. We suspected that this expiration date may be the end of 2024, but it was never confirmed, I think. Until now, I did not see any sources for that, when this expiry is happening. So really, Crypto XR starting in about 10 days or in 9 days will be really the point of hope here. And I think this is a pre-Crypto XR buying experience. And if at Crypto XR OMI is not even mentioned and no comment for OMI, then it gets really, really nasty. Then we will have maybe even new lows here. I don't know. We will see. Yeah, they should. I mean, if they can be open, they should be open. If people like Jeremy Padua are annoyed by all of this, I think it's. I mean, he could technically pick up the phone and probably call davidyu. I don't think that. I mean, they had talked about collaboration for the toys and so on. And yeah, this all, right? We will bring this up to tonight in a live stream with Rons. And we are going to really assess what's going to happen. Okay, so guys, we're already 55 minutes here and I really have to jump, so thank you very much for participating in these huge discussions here. Make sure to smash up the like button. We have about 30 people here. Please give me the 30 likes. That would be the most amazing thing for the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, with notifications on to not miss the live stream tonight at 6 p.m. EST together with Ron's Cryptotherapy. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, Orange Glory says the only positive is that everyone is negative and the price is down. I feel Rain has a point. Maybe we will discuss this also in the evening. So guys, wherever you are on the world, have this great morning, evening, day, night or afternoon. And I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I see you in the next live stream this evening. And